You know, I wasn't going to make this video because clearly I look like a mess right now, but I think what I need in order to help people is to be genuine and to be vulnerable so that they know that I understand. So, this isn't even like a super sad topic, so sorry for the outbursts that are going to happen over the course of this talk. But just wanted to talk about the importance of taking care of yourself, even if that means that you can't be the you that you want and maybe even need to be for other people. I think the only exception to that would be a situation that, you can't help. Obviously, there's, you can say all day long about positivity and, positive thinking and fill up your cup and take care of yourself. There are people out there, though, they don't have support, and they can't do it. So this video is not for the people who can't help their circumstances, okay? This is for the people who have at least a little bit of a choice, even if that choice is very hard. All right? So, I just got to thinking about it. I've really withdrawn from really everybody since I quit drinking. I've really just turned in and focused on myself, and not even focusing on my own needs. Like, I haven't even been like taking care of myself exceptionally well. I've just been spending time in that alone space so that I can really figure out who I am, because I'm just now learning that. I spent almost all of my 20s with a pretty severe drinking problem. So, and I haven't drank since early June. So we're actually going on 5 months now. But that's beside the point. I just wanted, yay me, right? Yay. So I am proud of that. But I just wanted to give some context as to why I have retreated from everybody. It's not that anybody said anything wrong. It's just that I have never had a full cup, so I don't know what it should feel like. I've never had a full cup, so filling into myself feels heavy and feels risky and feels silly and selfish and, so many other things. But that's what got me reflecting on all of this. So, anyway, yeah, I just started thinking about the people in my life. Some people who watch this are my friends from real life. Some, I'm sure some that watch probably aren't. That's fine. Anybody that knows me knows that I just have a really, like, sick and unfortunate family situation. I'm blessed to be, I'm heavy, don't get me wrong, I'm heavy, and I'm, like, really pretty severely mentally ill, but that's actually, a lot of that's been feeling a lot better since I quit drinking, but that's beside the point. I'm just saying that, like, I probably look and seem relatively normal, but my family is not, my mom, she has, COPD, And it's another recording for another day. But she did live with us, and I tried to take care of her, and it wasn't a good situation for anybody. She wasn't happy, we weren't happy, and that was before we had our daughter. So she lives in a nursing home, and she is miserable, and not because they try to mistreat her, but just because there's not enough staff. She doesn't get the things that she needs when she needs it, and she's lonely. She shares a room with my sister, who, she is deaf and is, paralyzed from a, I don't know if it was an overdose or not. I guess that's what it was, from drugs. Yeah, from drugs. 38 years old, my sister had a stroke. The healthiest point in her life that she ever was. She was clean. And she relapsed. And she had a stroke. So she is now bedbound completely, mostly deaf, can't really communicate with people. She's got a bunch of cognitive distortions. She's always like hallucinating and having delusions about bad things happening to people, happening to the family, etc. And she's not 38 anymore. That happened almost 5 years ago. But so she and my mom share a room. Realistically speaking, neither one of them are getting any better. My mom, with her age and her diagnosis, probably, she's not. She's happy to just maintain. My sister, we had a really hard relationship. And again, I don't want to make this video too long, because it's not, you guys didn't come here to hear about my family drama. Anyway, so my mom and my sister, they're both sick, they're both lonely, they're both mistreated in a nursing home. My dad, 75, and lost his first wife, Rebecca, about a decade ago. Well, he was married once. I have a couple of half siblings, and then he married my mom. They got divorced. So he lost his wife, who was significantly younger than him, very suddenly and very unexpectedly during a surgery. My stepmom, Becca. But he lives alone, and he is an alcoholic, and he's very lonely, and he's very skinny, and he's very tired, and I don't know, he just looks really frail, and I know that he needs me. I know that I can't save everybody, but it's hard when you know that you can help. I don't know what that was about, sorry. When you can help, though, like me, people who don't have a choice, it's one thing to not have a choice, but there's an option here. But that option is my family suffering for my gain. Just because that that I can help them, it's a possibility of something that I'm able to do. I'm not able to do it in a healthy way, because by giving so much of myself to others, I didn't have anything left. And that's when I turned to drinking. And I'm trying so hard to be a better person. Oh God, hopefully you guys didn't see that. Oh well, if you did, everybody cries. Um, how to, like when you're crying and you have like, never mind. I digress. I like to try to change the subject and talk about something light when I get uncomfortable with my feelings. But I'm really trying to sit in them. Because this guilt and this shame were trying to take care of myself. Oh, I even mentioned my niece, my niece AJ, and she's like a sister to me. And she's got all kinds of health problems. We grew up in the same dysfunctional household, but the difference was is I was a little bit older, and she experienced more instability when, I think I was like her, like I was her root. And so when I moved out and went to college, again, doing what was best for myself, she really kind of fell apart. And I keep fighting my ego and telling myself that, when you take the blame for everybody else's life, you're really kind of putting yourself in too big of a space, Like, there's no matter what you've done to somebody else, you did not make everything happen to them. Or what you didn't do for somebody else. Like in my case, I've not done anything to my family. It's not like a sin of commission, It's like the sin of omission or whatever. And I don't even know if I'm like saying those things right, but I don't know how to edit videos and stuff, so you guys are gonna get what you get. You know, it's that making a choice by not making a choice. It's that decision that comes from inaction. And it just destroys me from the inside out to know how much my family needs me. But this is the important part, okay? I have to be okay too. I deserve that, right? I have to be okay too. Their situation doesn't change if I help. It just makes me feel less guilty. That's it. It doesn't do anything. I mean, I cook for my dad. Sure, he has a meal. Does that stop any of the other times he doesn't eat? Sure, I visit my mom when she's lonely. Or I give my niece a little bit of money if I can, if she needs it. Especially when it's like your entire family. And my niece doesn't, nobody, well, that's not true. My mom does ask me for stuff, for, help doing things, for her, but not so much anymore since I've had my baby. She doesn't really ask too much. Anyways, I don't know. I'm sitting here getting ready to go into Kroger, and I think somebody thinks I'm leaving, and they've got a rude awakening because I'm not. I haven't even gotten yet. I'm just trying to get myself under control first. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, that guilt and shame and sacrifice, the price that you pay for it from your soul is expensive, and it is a very poor investment. It is very costly and has very little value, right? And I mean, that's like the worst deal. Something that costs a lot and doesn't even matter. So if you don't get anything out of this, I guess this is what I'm trying to say. Now that I'm feeling stronger in my sobriety, and I finished my master's program, and now that I have a little bit more time to step out of that, of that frozenness and that overwhelm, I do intend to start trying to reintegrate myself with my friends and my family. But so it's not going to be forever, but I did need to take a step back. But I guess if you get anything out of this, it's this, okay? Pay attention to what something costs you. I don't mean, financially, that too, but pay attention to what something costs you versus what you're getting, okay? When I allow my shame and guilt to make me feel horrible, very costly to my soul, and doesn't help anybody, And like I was saying earlier, I can help my family all day long, and you should help people. I hope this isn't coming off like don't ever help anybody. I'm saying don't help to the point where you're hurting yourself, okay? Because people who love you, they don't want that for you, okay? And you should love you enough to not want that for you. It's not fair that everybody else gets to be okay but you. Okay? Now, I wanted to look at myself when I said that because I don't even believe it. But I'm going to keep working on it. And I hope you guys do too, okay? So, I deserve to be okay too. And because I've had to learn how to be so independent, the only person that can help me be okay is myself. So I'm going to step up and take care of myself. I'm glad I did this. Even if nobody watches, I feel like the practice of just talking about it did make me feel a little bit better. So thanks, guys, for at least letting me vent. I hope this was helpful. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to love yourself. You deserve to be okay. You deserve the things that you give to others. And the givers, they don't know how to take. So, if you can't take from others, then give to yourself. And maybe later, maybe somewhere down the line, you can learn to accept from others and have it not feel so bad. Have it not feel so awkward. Have it not feel so uncomfortable, or I don't like to say undeserving, because the voice and the self-sabotaging voice in my head, I think, speaks a lot worse to me than what I truly feel about myself when I feel good. Okay. I was completely distracted by a horn. Okay, that's probably a good sign that I should stop this. Anyways, I hope this helped. I'm going to keep making more videos and trying to be more honest in them so that people can actually see that I'm a human being. No, I'm kidding. I know you guys know that, I'm a real person. Cussing and my personality, that all shows through in videos, but I really don't like to make anything or talk. I don't like anybody to see me cry. So to post that is humiliating. But I've been called a lot to share what's on my heart, and so I'm going to share it, and hopefully if it helps just one person, then that was worth it. And even just making this helped me, so it was worth it. Alright, thanks anyone that listened. I'm happy to respond to any questions or comments or anything that anybody has. I will, I guess, see you guys next time. Bye.